Hello everybody, I am Samiha Ahmed, chemistry teacher at STEM Alex School. Today we will talk about stoichiometry. Stoichiometry means calculations of reactants and products in chemical reaction. This means that if the amount of separate reactants are known, then the amount of product can be calculated. Conversely, if one reactant has a known quantity and the quantity of the product can be empirically determined, then the amount of the other reactants can also be calculated. The first step to stoichiometry is to write and balance the equation. If the equation is given to you, always check to make sure that it's balanced. Once the equation is balanced, use stoichiometric coefficients and dimensional analysis to go from what you know to what you want to know. Now, we have an example. A laboratory method of preparing oxygen gas involves the decomposition of solid potassium perchlorate according to the following unbalanced equation. Potassium perchlorate in solid state decomposes into potassium chloride solid and oxygen gas evolved. Potassium perchlorate KClO3 decomposes into potassium chloride KCl and O2 gas evolved. Find the following. How many moles of oxygen can be produced by decomposition of 32.8 gram potassium perchlorate? Yes, we have the chemical equation, unbalanced chemical equation. Now we want to balance it. 2 KClO3 decomposes into 2 KCl and 3 O2. What we have? What we want to know? We have the mass of potassium perchlorate solid that will decompose. What we want to know? We wanted to know the number of moles of produced oxygen gas. So, we will notice that the ratio between the solid potassium perchlorate and oxygen we want is 3 to 2. So, number of moles of oxygen will equal the mass of perchlorate that we know it, 32.8, multiplying with 1 mole of potassium perchlorate contains 122.55 gram. Yes, by this way, I change gram perchlorate into moles. Then, multiplying with the ratio between the oxygen gas and perchlorate solid, that 3 mole over 2 mole, to obtain the number of moles of produced oxygen. The second point, how many grams of potassium perchlorate must be decomposed to produce 50 gram oxygen? Now, I know the grams of oxygen. What I want? I want grams of decomposed potassium perchlorate. Yes, the mass of potassium perchlorate equal 50 gram oxygen given times 1 mole over 32 gram. In this step, I change gram of oxygen into moles. Then, multiplying with the ratio from balanced equation, 2 moles potassium chlorate over 3 moles oxygen gas, where the ratio was 2 to 3. Multiplying with 1 mole perchlorate contains 122.55 gram to obtain the mass of decomposed perchlorate giving 50 gram oxygen. The third point, how many grams of potassium chloride are formed when 23.8 grams oxygen are formed in the decomposition of potassium perchlorate. Now, I know the oxygen mass. What I want to know? I want to know the mass of potassium chloride produced when this mass of oxygen formed. Yes, at the beginning, I will change mass of oxygen into moles. 23.8 gram oxygen multiplying 1 mole over 23 gram. Then multiplying by the ratio from the balanced equation. 2 moles of KCl over 3 moles oxygen. Then each 1 mole of potassium chloride contains 74.55 gram. To obtain the mass of potassium chloride that I want to know. Now, for more practice, go to revision 4, 6, 7, and 8 at your team page.